Hello, everybody. Welcome along to a brand new week on House of Games. I'm Richard Osman. You know how this works by now. I am joined by four famous faces, battling it out over a series of ridiculous rounds to win this extraordinary trophy. Shall we meet this week's players? They are Lolly Adefope, Dan Walker, Sarah Greene and Miles Jupp. Hey, everyone. Welcome along. I love it at the start of a week. New people to get to know. Lolly, welcome along.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, you're an actress, but you're sort of a stand-up as well, and stand-ups always do very, very well on this show.
Really?
Are you going to continue that run?
I'm excited to change that run.
Excellent,
yeah,
good.
Shake things up.
A pioneer.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
pioneer of doing very badly as a stand-up comedian.
Yes, thank you.
Dan.
Hello.
Welcome along, sir. Lovely to have you here. Now, you're going to be playing against these three people all week. Who do you think is your immediate rival?
It's got to be the Green.
Oh, you think? That's you, Sarah. I mean, you would think so.
I don't know on what he bases that one bit.
Silent
Why, Dan?
assassin, just impressive.
Yeah, she is impressive,
yeah.
isn't it? There's a bearing to her.
Yeah.
Hustler.
Sarah, how lovely to have you here, a TV legend. I mean, no offence to the rest of us, but some class, right?
Finally.
That's what we have here. Now, Sarah, at the end of the week...
let the side down so
at the end,
bad.
Oh, I do hope so. At the end of this week, someone's going to walk away with this trophy, but at the end of every day's show, there is a daily prize as well.
Yes.
Shall we take a little look at today's
Please.
daily prizes and see if you fancy any of these, Sarah?
I want all of them.
Monday's
Whoa.
prizes. There is the House of Games cocktail shaker, House of Games cricket bat. There's a face towel, a smoking jacket, and there's a House of Games bread bin there, Sarah.
Oh, bread bin.
Yeah, it's a good bread bin as well.
Absolutely want the bread bin.
The smoking jacket looks a little flammable to me, Richard.
Oh, it is entirely flammable. It was a normal jacket. Now it's smoking. Oh, yeah. Listen, whatever you do, don't wear it. That would be... That's the key with that.
Is it as short as it looks?
Oh, yeah, Miles.
I don't like the smoking jackets you have to wear pants under.
Miles, lovely to have you here as well, sir.
Thank you.
So there's our trophy. What are your tactics of getting your hands on that at the end of the week?
I suppose I'm going to listen to what you're saying, and if I know the answers, I will say them. But
Yes.
if I don't walk home at the end of the week with that, I'm going to be all right, Richard. Truth be told...
I hear what the mouth is saying, but I see what the eyes are saying.
Yeah, I want that. I want that.
Now, listen, lovely to have the four of you here. Shall we see what our first game is this week?
Oh, yeah.
Go on, then.
It is... Rhyme time. You know this one by now. It's nice and easy. I'll ask you two questions at a time. The answers rhyme with each other. Buzz in and give me both answers to these. Very best of luck.
Thank you.
Here's your first question. Irish wit who wrote the play Lady Windermere's Fan, and band whose members included Beyoncé and Kelly Rowland. That is Miles.
Oscar Wilde, Destiny's Child.
Is the correct answer. Well done. Oscar Wilde, Destiny's Child. Here's your next one. It's a picture question. Who is this and what is this? Miles.
That is Ray Liotta and a panna cotta.
It's the right answer. Well done. Ray Liotta, panna cotta. You see how this works? Here's your next one. Packaging material with numerous air pockets and longest-running West End play. That is Sarah.
Bubble wrap, mousetrap.
Is the right answer. Well done. Well played, Sarah. Bubble wrap the mousetrap. Next one. I'll show you a picture now and play you a piece of music. They rhyme with each other. Who is this? And what is this song?
Take out the papers and the trash, or you don't get no spending cash. If you don't scrub that kitchen floor.
Yes, Sarah.
Caroline Flack, Yakety Yak.
Is the right answer, Sarah. Well played.
Knowledge.
Here's your next one. What are the answers to these, please? Robert De Niro's character in Taxi Driver and sandwich filling associated with a ploughman's lunch. No one's going for it, I don't think. I can just hear Sarah Greene saying, cheese, cheese.
Chutney.
Shall I tell you?
putney.
Yes.
It is Travis Bickle
Pickles.
and cheese and pickle.
God.
Well done if you said that at home. Travis Bickle, cheese and
Too
pickle.
exciting.
I was trying to sort of think of a name that rhymed with cheddar. Tony Vedder?
Vedder?
Or whatever.
Here's your next one. Dancer and choreographer who hosted the TV show Name That Tune. Assumed name, particularly one used in war. Yes, Sarah.
Lionel Blair, nom de guerre.
Is the correct answer, Sarah. Here's your next one. Leonard Cohen song that was a hit for Alexandra Burke. An actor who stars in Get Out. Yes, Lolly.
Hallelujah, Daniel Kaluuya.
Is the right answer. Hallelujah, Daniel Kaluuya. Well played. Everybody off the mark, Dan, apart from you.
Yep.
Here's the final question in the round. Who is this? And what's this song? Oh, Dan.
There we go. Jurgen Klopp and Mbop.
Is the right answer. Well done, Jürgen Klopp and Mbop. Let's take a look at the scores after round one. Lolly and Dan, you have 1 point. Miles, you have 2. Our early leader, Sarah Greene, 3 points.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We settled in.
Yeah.
It's OK, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we'll never play that round again, but you got that one. That works, yeah. Should we play another round? Round 2 today is... Distinctly average. This is a team game. Whoever is in the last place gets to choose their partner. Dan, I will say you and Lolly are in joint last place, but would you like to choose a partner for this round?
Can I buddy up with Team Green?
Yeah, of course you can. Miles, if you would swap places with Dan.
Oh, sorry. Really sick. I spent my entire life wanting to work with you, and now I can. So this is...
Oh, that's nice.
Such a lovely thing to have said to one, but I am so bad at numbers.
Do you hear Dan just said he spent his entire life wanting to work with Sarah Greene, and now he is. Either of you want to... got anything to say to Lolly, Miles, or Lolly, anything
We've
to say to...
worked together before and didn't go well.
That was disappointing. How many times have I heard that about Miles? Now, if you take out your tablets, please, I'm just going to ask you a series of questions that you have to estimate the answer to. Be a numerical answer. When you've written down your answers, we will take the average of your team's answers. Here's your first one. To the nearest foot, how deep is the deepest point of Loch Ness? I'm glad we do it in feet, though, and not metres. That's quite nice. Quite old school, isn't it? Quite going live.
That's for me, isn't it? Yeah, thank you.
No, God, no, it's for me.
No, it's...
So have a little guess. We will take the averages of within your pairs. Everyone got an answer? Everyone happy?
Oh, God.
Given that Miles had just caught sight of Lolly's screen and said, "Oh God,"
you just look.
I think we'll leave Lolly for now. Miles, how many feet deep is Loch Ness?
No, I was thinking she'll probably know this. Well, I've written 560.
560 feet, says Miles. Lolly, have you taken the average up or down on your team?
Up.
OK, substantially?
Yes.
Lolly, how many feet deep is Loch Ness?
Oh, maybe I put an extra 0 on by accident.
5,000. OK, that could be 5,000 feet. It's really deep, Miles.
It's really deep.
It's really deep.
Deeper than you think.
So, very different answers, but your average is 2,780 feet deep. Both comfortable with that average?
Yeah.
I've literally no idea.
No, me neither.
That's about half a mile.
That seems...
Not deep enough.
That seems... Not... Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is a very poor answer.
Quickly
Sarah.
change my...
Sarah Greene.
I'm obviously wildly wrong here, because I just didn't think it really was that deep. But curiously...
Shallow end. Shallow end.
At the shallow end,
number.
because it's the deepest point I know. Same number.
That's so weird.
Isn't that weird?
So, Sarah...
56, 560.
The deepest part of Loch Ness,
Well, yes.
56 feet deep.
I mean, that's deep.
That's essentially Dan standing on my shoulders.
Yes, that's deep.
That is deep. Yeah, to be fair, that is deep.
Yeah.
Let's
Dan,
briefly unpack that scenario.
what's happening there?
It's never going to happen.
Dan, I wonder if you've gone up or down from that.
That's
I've
deep.
gone up a little bit. I've gone 911 feet.
911 feet. It's a lovely specific answer.
Yeah.
So your average, the two of you, is...
It's not very deep.
No.
It's 483 and a half feet. Oh, I wouldn't know with this one. Half a mile seems too deep. I think 56 feet sounds too shallow to me.
Way too shallow, but that's me.
Let's take a look. Is it in the thousands? Is it in the hundreds? What have you said at home? What's your average? How many feet is the deepest point of Loch Ness? 754. Dan and Sarah, you get the point.
Great.
You were pretty close, Dan.
Yeah, Dan, you were pretty close. Well done for getting that point, Sarah, despite being literally miles out. Should we take a look at our next one?
Yeah.
Here's the next question. According to Guinness World Records, what is the highest mileage achieved by the driver of a single car? Tricky one. Have a little think at home. What's the longest ever by a single driver of a single car? Does everybody have an answer? Sarah, what's your thinking and then what's your answer?
If someone was to do some big old drives across, say, America, across, say, Australia, you'd clock up those miles, and there must be some people dedicated to it. So I'm going for 650,000.
650,000. That doesn't sound crazy.
A
Doesn't sound
lifetime,
crazy.
maybe?
Dan, are you up or down from that?
I think I've gone a little bit low, but I'm going to go 373,000.
373,000. You do very specific answers, Dan. I like it. And what's your picture? Oh, it's just a... It's a
car.
a car of sorts.
With an exhaust and all, everything.
A non-electric there.
Yes.
So let's take a look at your average, Sarah and Dan. 511,500 miles. Are you thinking similar at home? Lolly, what have you said?
I've said 250,000.
250,000, says Lolly. Are you going up or down from that, Miles?
I went down, but really not by very much.
240,000. 240,000. I can work out the average of that. I like it when I can work out the average. 245,000.
Oh, well done. Very good.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So 511,000 plays 245,000. Where are you? You higher than both of those? Lower than both of those, maybe? I think I might go a tiny bit higher.
In between.
800,000.
Should we find out?
No.
There's always just a magic. Let's take a look. Who has scored the points?
Trust ourselves.
And what is the highest mileage achieved by the driver of a single car? 3 million. Over 3 million miles.
That's someone who lives in the car and never leaves it.
I've got a note here. The total number of miles clocked up by Irvin Gordon in his 1966 Volvo 1800S from June 1966 when he bought it up to and including the 1st of May 2014. 3 million. That's a lot of miles, isn't it?
Wow.
Well done if you got even close to that at home. It's very impressive. One last question in this round. According to its official website, how many toilets are there in Wembley Stadium? According to its official website. Lolly.
Cubicles or areas marked toilet.
Individual toilets, including urinals, including in Wembley Stadium, is the rather unusual question we have ourselves here.
I'm sorry to ask again.
That's
These are
perfectly right, Sarah.
Individual lavs. Or
You know, when
whatever.
I was growing up, the thought that Sarah Greene might say to me at one point, and these are individual labs, are they?
Yeah.
Would have blown my mind.
Yeah.
Yes, individual labs.
OK, right, easy.
Love their new album, the individual labs. It's a tricky one. Has everyone got an answer?
Yes.
Miles, how many toilets have you gone for at Wembley
I've gone
Stadium?
for 4,000 toilets.
4,000. What's your thinking?
I was thinking it's probably got a capacity of about 80,000 people, and what would be a reasonable number of person per cubicle?
One for 20.
Yeah.
Something like that. So 4,000 toilets, and that's a picture of a toilet. Lovely. Lolly, are you going up or down from that?
Up a little bit.
Up a little.
5,000 toilets.
5,000 toilets. See, that, absolutely no mucking about. 5,000 toilets.
5,000 toilets.
5,000 toilets, title of my autobiography. So your average is going to be 4,500 toilets at Wembley Stadium. What do you think at home? You're below that, you're above that. Sarah Greene, what's your answer?
OK, I've gone up on that.
7,500, says Sarah. Dan, so you've been there many times.
I've gone specific again. I've gone 3,978 toilets.
You don't make these averages any easier.
I know.
do you,
Sorry.
Dan? That's perfectly all right. So your average is 5,739. So we're sort of in agreement, I think.
Yeah.
So according to the official website, how many toilets are there in Wembley Stadium? Who scored the point? Lolly and Miles, 2,618. Fewer than we thought.
Not enough.
When it was built, it had the most toilets of any building in Europe. Shall we put our tablets away at the end of that round? Well played, everybody. Dan and Miles, if you'll swap back around, please. And we'll take a little look at the scores. Lolly, you have 2 points. Dan and Miles have 3 points. Sarah out in the lead, 5 points. Sarah Greene, well done. With no further ado, let's see if we can catch Sarah with round 3. That is... Opposites attract. In this round, I'll give you some categories. I'm then going to give you some clues, and they are simply the opposites of the answers we're looking for. So if the category was Rolling Stone singles and we said disappointment, the answer would be satisfaction. OK? Our first category is classic sitcoms. OK? So we're looking for the title of some classic sitcoms that these are the opposites of. Here's your first one. Best of luck, everyone. The Bad Death. Yes, Lolly.
The Good Place.
It's incorrect, I'm afraid. Sarah, I think Miles knows it. Sarah,
Good Life.
The Good Life is the right answer. Well done. Here's your next one. What's the opposite of this? Functioning bungalows. Yes, Dan.
Faulty Towers.
Is the correct answer. Well done.
Well done.
Here's your next classic sitcom, your next opposite. All fathers don't give them away. Yes, Dan.
Some mothers do have them. Or
Some mothers do have them, yeah. It's the right answer. Well done. Here's your next category. Dances.
Oh.
So these are the opposites. Cannot. Yes, Dan.
Can.
Yeah, it's the right answer.
Nice.
There's some good buzzer work going on
Really
here.
good.
What's the opposite of this, please? Guacamole. Yes, Dan.
Oh.
Oh, if you've got to buzz in, you've got to give me an answer straight away. You are frozen out. Anyone else? Miles.
Salsa?
It's the right answer. Well done. Here's your next one. What is this the opposite of? Certainty. That is Sarah.
No.
Nope.
Sorry.
You're frozen out. Anyone else? Certainty. The opposite of a dance. I can't think of this one. Have you got this at home? It is limbo.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
That's not
that's
dance.
good.
That's very good.
Limbo,
that's
yeah, it is.
really good.
Limbo dance. That's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Limbo.
Under a-
Yeah.
Just
Dance under a
Well,
pole.
yeah, I guess,
They call
yeah,
it limbo dance. Well played if you got that one home. Limbo, none of us got that here. Here's your final category. British newspapers that are opposite of these clues. Here's your first one. The Nightly CD. Yes, Lolly.
Daily Mail.
Is incorrect, I'm afraid. Yes, Miles.
The Daily Record.
Is the right answer. Well done. Here's your next one. The Partisan. Yes, Miles.
The Independent.
Is the correct answer. Well done. Here is your last one of the round. Buzz in if you know what this is the opposite of. Monday stopping service. Miles.
Daily Express.
That is close enough, I will give you that. Daily is as much an opposite of Monday as Sunday is. So Sunday Express is the answer, but we'd have taken Daily Express at home if you said it. Let's see what that does to the leaderboard. Lolly still with 2, very close, though, for the top 3. Dan and Sarah, you have 6 points. Miles out in the lead, though, 7 points. Well played. Lovely round for you. 2 rounds to go. Here's round 4. Miles is currently in the lead. Will he keep the lead after this round? It is. Put your finger on it. This is on the tablets again. I'm going to show you a series of pictures. I'm then going to ask you to put your finger on something in that picture, OK? Here's your first picture. I want you to put your finger on, please, Edward. So that, of course, is Jedward. One of them is John, one of them's Edward. I mean, this is sort of 50-50. Are you happy with this one, Lolly?
Yes.
Are you?
Dear friends of mine.
But would you be confident on this?
Sort of 50-50.
Oh, dear. Everyone's locked in. Lolly, where have you put your cross?
I put it on the right because I thought maybe like Ant and Dec, they stand
Oh, OK.
John and Edward.
Same
That's some
thinking.
good logic.
Yeah. Same
Dan.
young person's thinking.
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, that is good. So you've gone on the right, Dan, where have you gone?
Same. John and
Same,
Edward.
and for the same reason?
Yeah, exactly. Ant and Dec, I'm assuming they go that way.
Ah, that's so clever. Sarah, how about you?
I've gone with an older person's thinking exactly the same way. Yes, yeah.
Lovely. And Miles, where have you gone?
I've actually gone on the one on the left because I thought, you know, the way that Flanagan and Allen used to stand the other way. Right. No,
Who are they?
I don't really know who they are. They're from the 1940s, I think.
I'm glad you went for that, though. So have three of you got a point, or has just Miles got a point? Which one of those two is Edward? Oh, unlucky Miles. Well done, the first three. Nicely worked out. Well done at home. If you got that one, here's your next picture. This is the thing we would like you to put your finger on, please. The beech leaf. Which of those is from the beech tree? Anyone good with trees and leaves? Miles, you live out in the country now, don't you?
I live in a small town, actually,
Oh, OK.
but there are trees in it. And I'm pretty good with them.
Beautiful.
I was a bit nervous at first, but I can walk past them now.
So, which of those is the beech leaf? Dan, do you have any confidence on this one?
Not really. I sort of went bottom right for a bit, and then I changed my mind and went top right.
OK, so Dan has gone top right. Sarah?
Well, I've gone for the one below, bottom right.
Bottom right, the one Dan
Yeah.
was thinking of originally.
Yeah.
Miles?
I've gone top right as well.
Top right, says Miles. Straight in, boom. There it is. Lolly?
When I was in primary school, I recognised playing with the bottom right,
OK.
but I don't know whether beech trees are...
Would be a primary school
yeah,
thing.
but it
Part of the national
feels like-
curriculum. You would
Yeah.
think so, right?
Yeah, so I've gone bottom
So
right.
Lolly's gone bottom. Oh, look at this 50-50 split. Let's find out who's getting the points. Which of those is the beech leaf? Bottom right.
That
well
logic
done.
works.
Well done.
That is Sarah and Lolly getting points there. Well done to your primary school teacher, Lolly, as well. Dan and Miles are on the tulip tree there. Top left is the oak, bottom left is ash, and the other one, ginkgo leaf. Shall we look at the last question in this round? Here's your last picture. This is the thing we would like you to put your finger on, please. A ferule. Which of those is a ferule?
Feral.
I mean, I can see some things it's not. Somewhere in that picture is a ferule. Where is it? Everybody locked in?
Yes.
Ferule, Sarah Greene. Do you know what one is?
I don't, but I'm looking at the picture and just going by a process of elimination.
What don't I know the name of?
Exactly
Yeah.
that. I'm thinking bottom right.
Bottom right, says Sarah.
Probably completely wrong.
Miles. Agree,
I've
disagree?
gone for that as well, by the same method.
Lolly. Have you gone for the bottom right as well?
No,
Who have you gone?
I've gone for the orange,
The orange thing.
the rubber.
The rubber. That's sort of got a name already, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Eraser, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it does, yeah.
Maybe it's a speciality rubber. Dan.
I thought it might be the plastic bit inside the sellotape holder. So that's what Ferris goes round.
Like a wheel. Oh, in a way, I hope it is. Let's take a look. Which one of these is a ferule?
The metal bit.
It's the metal band on the end of a pencil.
With the
Yeah, that
It
holds the
contains
rubber.
the rubber.
The one in the bottom right does have a very specific name, which is it's a staple remover. That's what they call it. That's what they called it. Lolly, yours, they call yours a rubber.
Or an eraser.
Or an eraser
Yes,
sometimes.
yes.
Dan, they call yours, again, that has an official name, they call that the bit inside sellotape.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. So definitely not the ferule.
No, but ferule, very well done if you got that at home, the ferule, the bit on the end of a pencil. Let's see what that does to the leaderboard. Lolly pulled up on 4 there. Dan and Miles have 7. Sarah Greene in the lead with 8 points. Well played. One round to go. Now, you know the final round is always the same, and it's always... Answer Smash. In Answer Smash, I show you a picture, there'll be a clue underneath. We smash the 2 answers together. If you haven't seen it, you'll work it out as soon as we do the first one. Buzz in, give me a correct answer, score a point. Buzz in, give me an incorrect answer, you will lose a point. OK. Your first category in today's Answer Smash is Hollywood actors. Here's your first one. Best of luck, everyone. Oboes and flutes are part of which of the 4 traditional sections of an orchestra? Yes, that is Miles.
Elijah Woodwind.
Elijah Woodwind is the correct answer. Elijah Wood is the actor. Woodwind is the answer. We smash them together and get Elijah Woodwind. Here's your next clue. What is the title of the song by 2 Unlimited, which topped the UK singles chart in 1993? Miles again.
Al Pacino Limit.
Yes, is the correct answer.
Lovely.
Al Pacino Limit. Well played. Here's your next picture and your next clue. A doner kebab is typically served in what type of bread? Yes, Lolly.
Brad Pitter.
Is the correct answer. Well played. Brad Pitter. Brad Pitt and Pitter. Put them together. Your next category is reptiles. Those will be the pictures. There'll be clues underneath. Buzz in if you know the right answer. Whiff Waff is an alternative name for which sport? Yes, Dan.
Tortoise tennis. No, that's not it.
It's not tortoise tennis. Sarah.
Terra ping pong.
Terra ping pong is the right answer. Well done.
That's what you meant.
I think tortoise tennis. Is it tortoise sport?
Terra ping pong. Dan, you lose a point, I'm afraid,
Sorry,
there.
yeah.
Here's your next one. Jamie Oliver rose to fame in a cookery show filmed from his own home called The What? Yes, Sarah.
Naked chef.
Is the correct answer. Very well done. It's a rattlesnake, but we'll give you Snaked Chef. Rattlesnaked Chef.
Naked.
Well played. Here's your next one. What word can refer to a type of thin pancake in Mexican cuisine or a type of omelette in Spain? Yes, Lolly.
Alligator tortilla.
Is the correct answer. Well done. That is the end of that round, the end of Monday's House of Games. Who is going to be our winner? It was very close going into that round. Sarah, not a bad round for you, good round for Miles as well. But who has won Monday's House of Games? Who has won the first show of the week? It is Sarah Greene with 10 points. Well played, Sarah. Just pipping Miles. Miles with 9 points there. Well played on Monday's House of Games. Sarah, you get to choose a prize as well.
I've really got my eye on that. Don't move too fast in case it catches fire. Smoking jacket.
Yeah.
But the bread bin, I think I'm going.
Yeah, we're going.
Oh, great
Finally,
choice.
my life's ambition. I've given Sarah Greene a bread bin. Very well done, Sarah. Congratulations.
Really euphemistic.
Great choice.
Let's take a look at our weekly leaderboard for the very first time. Dan and Lolly, you both have 2 points. Miles, you have 3. Sarah, you start the week with 4 points. Very nicely done. Thank you. It's been a lot of fun today. Thank you. I've really enjoyed myself. I'll see you all same time, same place tomorrow. I'll see you all as well on the House of Games.
Thank you so much. Wah, wah, wah.